Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. Suppressing insecure requests warnings in Python, a comprehensive tutorial. Python's requests library, a staple for HTTP interactions, throws warnings when making requests to insecure HTTP sites using the HTTP protocol instead of the more secure HTTPS. These warnings are crucial for security, highlighting potential vulnerabilities to man-in-the-middle attacks. However, in specific controlled environments or for legacy systems, suppressing these warnings might be necessary. This tutorial details how to handle insecure request warnings effectively, emphasizing best practices and cautionary notes. We will not advocate disabling warnings indiscriminately, rather, we'll focus on situations where managed suppression is justifiable. Understanding the warning. When you use requests to connect to an HTTP URL, you'll see a warning similar to this. This warning stems from vulnerabilities, a dependency of requests. It signifies that the request is proceeding without verifying the server's SSL/TLS certificate. This lack of verification makes your communication vulnerable. Methods for suppressing insecure request warnings. Several approaches exist to manage these warnings, each with its implications. 1. Using requests.packages.erlib3.disable_warnings, least recommended. This is the most straightforward but also the least recommended method. It globally disables all insecure request warnings, potentially masking other critical security issues in your code. Why it's discouraged? This approach is highly risky. It hides warnings for all insecure requests, potentially leaving you vulnerable without knowing it. Use this only as a last resort and only if you completely understand the security implications and have other mechanisms in place to ensure security, like a dedicated VPN or other security layers. 2. Using a custom erlib3 context, recommended for controlled environments. This method allows you to suppress warnings for specific requests without affecting others. It's significantly safer than the global disabling method. This approach is better because the SSL context is explicitly used. However, verify equals false is still used, again highlighting the significant security risks. Only use this if you fully understand the consequences. 3. Context Manager for targeted suppression, best practice. This method is the most controlled and preferred approach. It uses a context manager to temporarily suppress warnings for a specific block of code. This code temporarily silences insecure request warning only within the with block. Once the block ends, warnings are re-enabled. This is safer because the impact is localized. 4. Logging warnings instead of suppressing, highly recommended. Instead of suppressing warnings entirely, it's often better to log them for monitoring and auditing. This allows you to track insecure requests without hiding potential problems. This logs all warnings to the console, or a log file if configured differently. This provides a record of all insecure connections. Important considerations security risks suppressing insecure request warnings weakens your application's security. Malicious actors can intercept and manipulate data in transit. Alternatives always prioritize using HTTPS. If you're dealing with an HTTP-only service, consider using a VPN or other security measures to protect your communication. Testing environments suppression might be acceptable in controlled testing environments where you have complete control over the server and network. But avoid using it in production. Logging warnings is a much safer approach than suppression. It helps track potential issues without silencing them. Documentation If you need to suppress warnings, meticulously document why and how you're doing it. This detailed tutorial provides various methods for handling insecure request warnings in Python. However, remember that suppressing these warnings should be a last resort. Prioritizing HTTPS, using a VPN, and logging warnings are far safer and more responsible practices. Always prioritize security over convenience.